Hello, hello. We are back with yet another Puzzle Wednesday. This is funny Idle 14th edition. We've been doing this for well over a year at this point. That's absolutely wild. Leading into that, obviously, we're playing some funny money game tonight, Money Puzzle Exchanger, and on deck for commentary tonight, we have Decafumo Death Cult.
Hello.
And Xerxian.
What's up, everybody?
Never mind, we don't have Xerxian anymore.
Ah, shucks.
He just said one too many uncomfortable things, and now I don't want you here anymore. But unfortunately, it's a little too late to deal with that, so we're gonna have to keep him on deck anyway. Really strong showing tonight, so boy, I'm scared in bracket, and I'm gonna lead into that fear by addressing first match. I'm playing against Decafumo. Love to have the team kill right out the gate.
Commentators. Now enjoy this match without any of the commentators.
Yep.
Hey,
Look,
hey.
these things happen. Hey, you're not here anymore.
Aw, damn it.
Metaphysically, you are not here.
Oh wow, Zappy and Yase, welcome to the stream, everybody.
Thank you.
You are having a good time.
But I am like 4 months out of practice with this game, and Deca has so much better up E down E fundamentals than I do. So we're gonna see how this goes. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, too high of a pedestal.
Not too high, but whatever the case, it's likely higher than mine. But yeah, no, we're even gonna get right into it. It's gonna be a fun time.
We're gonna have to wait for Deca's eternal.
Oh,
fight.
actually, it's
oh
right
wow,
in
it's
the-
fast. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Great. Cool, cool. Alright. So the usual, the exchangers start. Alright. I think we're gonna hear both players' noises. Stick noises. Juicy needs to find... Okay, alright. Juicy's got a chain going up the left side. Deca moving around quite a bit here. Okay, does manage to... Oh, miscounts the ones, but does not matter. Alright. Again, nice vertical stacks from Deca, getting ready to do a lot of things all at once. Oh, does not catch the 500 though. The miscount there. Oof. I think Juicy maybe missed the 50 sitting on the right side of his board there. Could have connected those hundreds together.
Hey Deca,
Yeah.
friend to friend moment here. What character are you bad at?
I'm bad at Cherry Biter and Dog Boy. If you want to go there.
Points for honesty, I'm still gonna go Macker anyway.
There we go.
Everyone loves Macker.
Yeah, he's fantastic. There's absolutely a reason he's our background for the stream layout now.
So, Kirk in chat asking, we're already in winners, and, so, here's the thing. You haven't lost yet, you're a winner.
It's true.
You've done nothing but winning. Oh, Deca kind of getting caught there between two different possibilities. Okay. Gonna use up all these 50s. So we see this first ER here. I'm pretty sure you only get the second one if the neutral
Like
pattern gives it to
16
you.
lines then.
Yeah,
Oh
otherwise
no,
you have to wait.
it's RUs that are the,
No, there's no RUs in this pattern, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, only in the neutral pattern would be an
Yeah.
RU.
You basically get one at the start, and you have to hold on to it and pray for a while.
Yep. Or you get lucky again. You go into the neutral pattern and you fish one out there. Like there's one right here, right? So
All the buffering, no.
oh,
Man, I'll take it.
flying all over the place there, misdropping a couple of times there. Maybe not used to all of his inputs eventually hitting the board.
Yeah, so Magical Drop has trained me to just accept, like, just triage my inputs.
Oh my god. Alright. Deca playing a little bit safer, not pulling up much this time, going to put out a pretty nice opening chain
that's not
anyway.
real.
That's gonna force Juicy up to the top. Whoa. Okay.
Nothing is real, everything is suffering.
Oh. A little bit of a miss with the 50 there. Alright, Deca gonna be able to do some more things here. I think he miscounted his tens, but... Alright, 0-2.
Yeah.
Okay, you guessed right. This is another one I'm really bad at.
LD Labor.
I just like her a lot. There's no deeper motivation than that.
Oh, I missed a chance to do arbitrary save a piece.
I bought myself like a handful of seconds there, but... Oof.
Keep seeing some really funny stuff from Deca's cursor. Alright. Little whiff there. Okay, Juicy needs all these 50s. Chain down pretty nice here. Oh, forgets the 5 though. Fortunate. Alright.
Oh, self pile.
Ooh. Yeah, rough.
Another thing that's much more forgiving in magical drop.
When magical drop, your orbs just disappear.
Yeah, about 50% of the time they do it.
Okay, a little slow start from both players here. Not getting the 50 to link up properly. Juicy getting a little stuck. 500 in the way. Okay, now manages to get down. Oh, the 50 appears in the wrong place. Man. Alright.
I mean, I did better than I thought I would, but
Alright, Deca gonna move on.
I'll admit to the rust. Okay.
Hulk.
So what did we have for the next in stream route? I believe Ax's gonna call it here in a minute. I will peek for myself. We will take a look. I believe it's Zappy the Great and the Omen.
I believe that will be our next match call, yes.
Remind me, because it's been a while since I've actually been a part of the really the Uppy Downy streams in general. Do either of these players have like a longer history with the game, or at least on our tournament streams? Because I know the Omen's been around for like a lot of stuff in general. He's pretty good and enters anything we put on.
Well, the Omen, I think, is, I think they came from primarily Magical Drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they were in a couple of the Magical Drop tournaments. They're putting in the grind over there. I think, yeah, again, recently they've just started entering more other things. I have no idea how much Exchanger they've played, but I guess we will see at least how much of that transfers over.
Judging by the powers of Fightcade, the Omen has significantly more hours in Magical Drop, but they're both relatively new to Money Exchanger. So Zappy has a couple more hours than the Omen, though.
Makes sense. Okay.
Could be close.
Alrighty.
Didn't have to look at the screen to know Juicy's playing. What do you mean by that, Oz? You can't just say that.
Alright, so other two matches are still.
Zappy doesn't look to be responding yet.
Oh, they're in game.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Surprised the Omen doesn't have a rank on here yet, but I suppose they are still a Magical Drop player first.
Alright. So the Exchanger starts. Zappy starting off with a pretty aggressive pull down. Oh, they actually... Alright.
Okay, someone knows what they're doing.
Yeah, and they're moving around pretty quickly, but...
There's a
Counting
lot
to
of
five,
lost time
hardest thing
here.
in the game.
Yeah.
You know how it is. So the Omen actually working through the garbage pattern pretty... Oh, picks up the coin that they wanted.
Yeah, we're looking a little lost on both players' side. Zappy's just faster about it.
Uh-oh. The Omen needs to quickly find...
Oh,
Yeah.
the fifth 100 was on the left, and I think he just didn't see it.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Your loud arcade stick. Dang, you're right.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah, Kirk, we've commissioned Kayet to basically do backgrounds for all of our long-term game slots here, and results have been pretty rad, TBH.
Yeah, this the Marvel versus Capcom superheroes is such an iconic screen with Ryu shaking
Cyclops.
Cyclops' hand. Yeah.
It's like the last time anyone really liked Cyclops. Anyway, Yeehal McKay asks, what are the rules in regards to characters? So, what this game shares with Magical Drop is, we enforce basically, it is mirror matches only. Because characters don't really do anything other than set
Okay.
essentially what your damage pattern and handicap is. So the start, or a neutral start, is considered exchange your mirrors, and then loser can counter pick to a character.
So here are the Omen counter picks to Cherry Biter.
Only
Who's
wrinkles.
another low tier character. Again, tiers don't really mean exactly the same thing as in a lot of games because of the mirror match rules. So, in this case, you should take it as low tiers have pressure that's easy to dig through comparatively, and high tiers have pressure that's difficult to dig through. So you can expect, especially on like, I guess the lowest tier character in the game is probably Detomizer, and you can expect matches to go through many, many, many rounds of garbage between two good players on Detomizer. Or Exchanger also operates similarly. So
Yeah, Exchanger has just because of the way her pattern is programmed, the first 4 lines are doubled, and it makes it really awkward to get through. But if you can get through the first, like, doubled stack of 4 lines into the alternating power-ups, it can become really tank and sendy, and the players can just, like, send big waves at each other over and over again if they
and
manage
then
their powers
erase
right.
them with ERs. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Omen is combo dropping really hard here. We're gonna need to fish for the ERs. Wow.
Oh.
Zappy
like
gets
we
it first.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I mean, it seems like Zappy is at least quickly putting together like 2, 3, 4 chains or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I will say, like, it is good in terms of some action puzzle games that, like, you still have to do some long-term routing and decision-making instead of just do the game fast.
yeah,
Yeah, routing is actually surprisingly important in this game because because you keep one of the next color up when you match the coins, like you match 2 5s, you get a 10. Matching in the wrong order and then leaving extra stuff hanging around, you can just mess your board up really bad.
Oh boy. Ty, I feel for you. Good luck. Also, Yeehal McKay, same story. I got my bootleg MBS money cart off of, like, some seller on Buyee a couple months back. Thank you for the 4-month streak on subs, Chickapoo.
wow. Chikapoo, how you been? Okay. Yeah, so the Omen, I think maybe not quite understanding the rules for how the coin comes down, because I think I've seen them block themselves several times. Oh, the ER5s, that's gonna be awkward. 5s, maybe the worst coin to ER, unless you also ER1s. Alright, Zappy will be taking that one, 3-0.
I am gonna override a touch here, and we might try and get stream went dark. Wait, what?
Yeah, I think you minimized the window or something.
Weird. No, I X'd out of it. Whatever the case, glad that's out of the way. Because I got kicked to losers immediately, and I don't feel strong about my chances, I'm gonna go ahead and do a very early juicy losers.
Juice losers, oh boy. Okay.
Everyone's favorite part of stream, except this time we're getting to the good part quick. I'm playing against Yase.
I just noticed Butts BB has an A.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, huh?
Look, Butts... Yeah, you want to ER1s. If you can't ER1s, 10s and 100s are both okay. Then 500 is, like, kind of useless to ER, but it's, like, not the worst thing, I guess. And 5 and 50 are both really bad.
Okay. Waiting on Yase to accept. Yeah, no, I'm like in that weird spot. Like, I still remember a little bit of the muscle memory, but it's not coming together entirely. That's a weird place to feel in, you know? Come on, man. I sent you a challenge. You acknowledged me when I added you in Fightcade. Please accept.
I showed you my challenge. Please respond.
I can't. You can't do that. It seems like he's not getting...
He reconnected. Oh, I think he had to, Maybe he had a reset Fightcade or something.
I suppose these things happen.
Oh, people are talking about the A in Fightcade chat. Kanito says he only had to beat me 180 times. And Kanito, no slouch. Again, third seed in this tournament,
yeah.
has a B of his own. Really quite a... Oh, he says you're on not available.
It shouldn't matter. I've been sending multiple challenges.
Okay. Okay.
Take. Oh, well, we're here now.
Great.
See yourselves in. We good to go?
Grabbing my seatbelt, locking in.
Good luck, have fun.
Alright. So Yase, my first timer in the tournaments here. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Interesting route. Okay.
15
I don't
points.
hate that route. Chain wasn't super long, but it did the job.
Couple of combined clears made us send some extra lines.
Yeah. Actually, chain length has not that much. It's not completely, like, not important. But the way in which it's important is kind of indirect. But if you clear a lot of coins, then you're almost certain to send a bunch of ones. Alright. Yeah, Yase is chain routing pretty good here. Alright,
Yeah,
see the
that's
9 chain. That's gonna
so-
be... Yep.
Very clean route down the board.
Mm-hmm. Basically, yeah, there's total number of coins divided by, I believe, 6 is the base amount of A lines you send, and then every other chain link, if you've cleared more than 5 coins, I want to say, then you get a bonus line.
I thought it was every chain link that you clear more than 5. It was a
Oh.
bonus coin.
Maybe? That might be right. I actually don't remember, but yes. So length of the chain actually only matters insofar as it allows you to get more of those bonus lines. Yeah, it looks like Yase knows what they're doing for sure. Ooh, very interesting route. Again, the you know, a lot of players okay. People are getting a little stuck at the top here. Getting into the kind of the part of LD Labor's pattern which has a lot of like alternating coins. Kind of hard to dig through. Yeah, basically for LD Labor and Every Worker, there's 2 parts to their patterns. Like, unlike Macker and Might Dealer, for whom the patterns, like, kind of always suck. They're always impossible to dig through.
Yeah.
Both LD Labor and Might Dealer have, like, an easy part, and or sorry, LD Labor and Every Worker have an easy part and hard part of their patterns, generally speaking.
Yeah, the easy part is like a defined pattern that, like, if you looked at it, clearly has like a solvable path through it.
Yeah.
And then the hard part is just there'll be like 4 or 5 rows where it's just checkerboarded nonsense, and you take one look at it and go, "Why?
Yep.
What brought me to this place?"
And yeah, the music does absolutely slap in this game. Ooh.
Man, he just
Yase!
saved that coin.
Yeah. Yase very nearly losing it off the right side of the board there. Okay.
And
Alright,
Juicy
alright.
with a little bit of Die Last Gaming.
Yeah. Yeah, Yase saved himself once, but couldn't get it the second time there. Oh, Yase picking up 2 10s and then only realizing that he needed, or picking up 2 5s, only then realizing he needed an extra 10 to actually complete the thing, and the 10s don't connect that time either. Seems like Yase is having a little bit of a struggle on the opener here. Okay. Alright, Juicy pulling a few chains out. Alright, so now we've gotten to the part with the diagonals here. You can actually do some stuff by, like, sort of scanning horizontally across the stack if you dug out the diagonal. Looks like... Okay, Yase's finally found some stuff here. I'll probably put Juicy over the top, yeah. Okay. Wow. Spicy gaming.
Well, that concludes Juicy Loses for the night.
Alrighty.
We're gonna continue where we were in Winners Round 2.
Great. Uh, our next stream match. So Rune and Asura are already going at it.
Brune Masa?
No, Rune and Asura.
Okay.
So Alex, who's our next match on stream? Tito Zappi?
No, he's typing it now.
Let's see.
Taking a peek at Rune and Asura, they are currently on Cockatree Bouncer. It is 1-1, and they both have 1 round.
Alright. We got Butts, BB, and Ty.
Okay. So, Butts BB, the reigning champion.
How many times now?
6 maybe.
Gosh.
I don't remember. Basically, Butts hit the scene. Before that, Zaro, who's the number 2 seed here, was a pretty frequent champion, although occasionally trade off with other members of who we call the Dream Team, which unfortunately doesn't think we have any other members of tonight. We might sneak in Lamel sometimes, but
Oh, no. Well, we had Ika, but...
that's yeah.
So that was the example. Brain. Slow.
Yeah. Right. So Butts BB hits the scene, and he basically just discovered Fightcade at this time, and then plays Zaro. And then Zaro had basically, I think he'd been feeling a little like maybe not burned out on Exchanger, but like he was just like, it's fine, I guess. And then we see in the Discord, the chat, yo, Mia and this guy went to 1.5 million points on Demizer. Like, and then he started playing the game again. And Butts basically, I don't think I've seen him lose a set. I think Zaro has come close to doing it sometimes, but really he's got incredible foresight for chain routing. He's just, all around incredible player. He watches your screen. It's like truly, he's a force.
He's also a really cool guy. He loves teaching people how to play the game and helping them get better as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think he said actually that he wanted to put together tutorials for this at some point. Should be good, because there really aren't enough English language resources for getting really good at this game. Okay, Ty hitting the ER on 1s. Good decisions here. Okay, so Butts gonna eat 8 lines, gonna ER both 1 and 5. Alright, so Ty trying to go down here. He's actually gonna find a lot of stuff here. Oh, no! Oh, he had the ERs on top of the stack, and the 1s were there too. He could have lived that. Oh man, that's so unfortunate. Ty playing a pretty good game at the end there, though. I thought we were about to see some Exchanger ER loops. Oh my god, bots. Just letting it all fall down. Yeah, so there you can see Butts easily could have extended his chain by pulling the 500 over from the left side. But he was looking at Ty's board, and he was like, I think this is enough. And then he cut his chain. Alright. So Ty's counter pick is Detmiser.
Oh man,
Detmiser's
real chain
pattern.
hours.
Oh yeah, Detmiser's pattern is notable for having these huge, like, vertical streaks in it. So, definitely if you, oh, I think Ty may have missed a little bit there. Yeah, so you can keep chains going for quite some time. On occasion, I know Zaro is well known for letting his chains go on way too long. when he
High
should be
double
winning.
digits.
Yeah. I think we've seen him scrape like 40 on Deadmiser or something like that. Oh, Ty gets bitten a little bit by the input buffering, but actually the chain kind of works anyway. He's not in good shape here, though. He does need to get down very quickly. Okay. He has found a route. Oh, needs under 5. Not gonna find it in time. That's too bad. Okay.
Alright, final pick's always important. What do you... Okay, going out with style.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
So again, Macker, high tier. As we've said before, his pattern is got a bunch of X's in it. It can be rough.
Yeah, no, like, there's been some genuine debate as to whether, like, his pattern or Might Deals is actually the toughest to deal with. And
I would. So the thing is that in this case, right, they actually did get the early neutral pattern ER. So this means that they will have ERs for the first part of this, right? Oh, Ty with a little bit of indecision there. Couldn't quite get that 50 in there. Okay, he's gonna ER ones now. Butts cutting his chain. Alright, he's still got the ERs, but he's not putting on a ton of pressure, actually. I think that's partially because it's just so hard to chain through this pattern. Oh, he's still trying to keep the ERs alive, too, which is costing him a lot of moves. Alright. I finally getting a decent-sized chain off, forcing Butts' hands on the ERs. Oh, Ty needs to find another 10. Oh, he uses all his 50s at once, though. That's probably going to bite him in the booty here. Yeah, he doesn't have another 100 visible. So in that circumstance, using 4 50s at once kind of hosed Ty. But if he had split that into a group of 250s and a group of the other 250s, he would have had all 500s there on top of his board. He would have actually been able to continue that chain pretty conventionally. So
I like Ty's route down.
yeah,
Like, you could see the gears turning a touch, but it's not really enough to give him actual advantage on. Oh wait, no. Things might change here.
Yeah, Ty needs to put on a little bit more juice, but
It's
He does have
hard to do
butts.
with this character, though.
yeah.
TBH.
But I mean, the thing is that Ty is, I mean, he does have a lot of technical skill. Like he's a panel player.
Oh no!
Oh, Butts
Oh
out.
no!
Yeah, Ty just a little bit too slow on that one, but man, I mean, it was.
He had him near death like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, Ty was giving him some pressure there. He's making him sweat.
So there's a little bit of the business there.
Well,
I
hey.
respect it. Alright, so that... Oh, Ashura Aoi's already taken Ruinous Vism 3-1, so we're gonna see
Oh, shoot.
the ever-eternal sibling rivalry soon.
They're on opposite sides of the bracket.
Ashura and Butts?
Oh no, never mind. I'm silly.
I gotta say, I
Oh,
don't
we're talking
think
about Asura
Butts and
and
Kanito
Zara.
are related.
Yeah. No, Asura usually meets Zaro in losers finals, so I thought you meant that rivalry, but
Not quite.
yeah, okay.
Keyword sibling. Alright, let's
Effed up, Ty. That was
see
a good.
Yeah, no,
Like
like
play more TBH. I don't know, man. That was actually a pretty serious game.
nothing against playing more though.
Yeah, for sure.
I need to play a lot more apparently.
Okay.
Waiting for
So-
Alex on next match call.
3-0. So Zaro Deca is still going on. So I guess Butts Asura is the available winners semis match. Is that going to get called? Let's wait for the hand to come down.
Mm-hmm. Verdict. Oh. Marin beat Yase. Okay. Alright, we're gonna go with sibling rivalry after all.
Okay. Good. Oh, we need to update the
On it.
round. Yeah. Thick. Ooh. Asura saying goodbye to everyone.
Oh no.
Oh, come on. Okay, waiting for the match call.
Okay, they're underway.
They are underway.
Honestly, I'm a little surprised that Shura's still only a C. She's
I
really
just
strong.
I just don't think she plays a lot.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Thank you for always joining us, the Omen.
Yeah, dude. Like,
You've been great. We hope to see you around more. And yeah.
I'll always have a special place in my heart for people who are down to clown for like the entire library of what we run.
Absolutely.
Don't think I don't notice that. You're rad as hell, dude.
Oh my god, this route Asura is taking is incredible.
See how is she a C?
Yeah, again,
Doesn't even
she
matter
doesn't
who
play
wins
enough.
this. This is bonkers.
Oh my god. Alright. Well, she's just gonna continue chaining. She doesn't care. Oh my lord. Oh my god. Alright, yeah, we're gonna be here for a while, folks. We are gonna be here for a hot second, I think.
Like, this...
Oh no, no 5! No 5, she doesn't have a 5. Has to cut her chain. Oh, the 10! No! Butts is still going to town here. He doesn't care either. Okay, the ER is finally taking effect. He's already chained away most of his board, though. Okay.
I feel like trying to do commentary on this is just like trying to commentate a fireworks show. What do you really say?
I mean, there's stuff, but it's like I think
It's
for
fast.
Exchanger,
You have to go with like the real broad strokes, though.
that's true. I mean, for Exchanger, it's just tough because the board gets ER'd away every time anyone does a chain. So.
If anything, like with this character, I feel like the biggest thing you pay attention is like how free their next ER actually is, or if they block that off.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Asura with the input buffering error, and that ends it. Oh, that's so sad. So if you notice there, what happened with Asura's board is that she picked up that stack of tens, and then moved one direction, moved back, and put it back where it started. Right? This is a pretty common mistake that Exchanger players will encounter. And at first you might be like, oh, why is this? Like, I don't understand this at all. And the reason why this happens is because the game buffers inputs while coins are in the air, but it does not apply the buffered inputs in the order that they were in. It applies them afterwards, basically movements first and then pick up and drop. And the result of this is that you may end up in a situation where all your movements, which, again, it's, she input a right movement and then a pickup and a left movement, it reordered to, right drop left, it reordered to right left drop. And so it put everything back in the same column. So you have to be very careful of this. High-level players, specifically... Oh, Butts wastes his ERs? Asura ERing away 10 and 100.
Like,
By the entire board.
I gotta say, like,
Uh-oh.
she's been a little bit on the back foot, only in a sense, like, she's been consistently forced to... Oh.
That's
Okay.
a lot of ERs stored up.
Yeah. She's very much been tanking and sending with most of these ERs.
I mean, that's what you have to do, though.
True.
On this character, at least.
But at least, like, Butts is still in just a full combo state.
Alright, well, Asura's gonna get her next set of ERs now, so this is not, like, a huge problem. She has to wait there to avoid the self-pile. Okay, she's gonna ER 1s to get out of the death zone. She needs some more 10s. Butts is gonna wait with these ERs. Oh, the 500 almost blocking Asura off, too. Alright, so now the ERs are on deck again for Asura. Butts is about to get his next set of ERs. Ugh, boy. Again, I told you we were going to be here for a while.
These things happen.
These things happen. Oh my god, Asura's route is insane. Ooh, she almost drops it there, but the ER is kicking in. Okay, canceling off lines. Okay, so there is actually garbage canceling in this game. Fun fact. You didn't know that. It's very complicated, though. You only cancel off lines after you have sent your opponent 8. 8 is the maximum number of lines you should be able to send. There is also... That's also,
There's science.
Yeah, it's... There's ways you can break that limit, but they're not,
They're not normal.
They're not normal,
And they're not really intentional either.
I don't think you can do it intentionally, basically. It's, like, very difficult. But after you've sent your opponent 8 lines, any further lines that you send that chain, they actually go towards canceling off lines that you are about to receive.
And then, if you have more lines that you've canceled than you were about to receive, they become armor for a short period of time.
Yes. I think she... Yeah, self-pile. I was gonna say, she dropped those coins when she had a match that was about to go off, so that... Yeah. Oh, my god.
Alrighty then.
Woo!
What's the counter pick? Okay.
Let's do a little mugging.
Just
you
a
know.
couple of laps.
I imagine they're probably shouting at each other from across the house. That's what that wait is. Alright.
Well, we definitely went from one volatile character to another, so this could still take another... Oh, never mind.
Butts misdrop? I think he miscounted his ones?
You know, this is like the one commentator's curse I'm okay with. Because I was like, yeah, this could take another 15 minutes.
Ooh, intentional doji from Butts. That's interesting. Sorry, oh god, I hate that I have trained myself to say this.
Do you really?
Yeah, kind of. It's not great for commentary.
There's a lot of things that you trained yourself to say that you don't seem to regret.
Yeah, but, you know, somebody appreciates them somewhere.
I do.
Most of the time.
I like calling them dojis as well.
So it's a term that we borrowed from. Well, I don't know if we just borrowed it.
What?
We borrowed it from the Japanese language. Doji keshi
Self-pile.
means
It was a self-pile, but it was also I think a bit of a buffering error. She picked up and put down the orbs in the same spot and then moved.
That sounds like buffering to me. Ooh, I think she got kind of hung up on the route there a little bit. Because she does find a way down, but the 10s are going to be not linked. This is awkward. Oh, the ones!
There was one too many, or one too few ones.
No, she could have also put them in column 5, and that would have cleared down.
Alex, I just want you to know that I legitimately thought you were a bot for half a second. Man, I can't believe I'm watching Dragon Ball Z for free on twitch.tv/Puzzle Wednesday.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
It's
Going
not
back
wrong.
to the Dolji Keshi thing, I want to explain that before we get too deep into this. It's just a Japanese term for clearing multiple groups at the same time. I think we ended up calling them Doljis because there's not like a succinct term for that in English, I guess. You can call them like power clears or combos or something.
Power chains.
But... Well, they don't have to be... No, I guess they are going to be chains in this game at least. But...
Yes. It's literally right on the screen right now. But
oh my god,
the term can stay.
That's going for the all-clear gaming here. Too bad all-clear gaming is bad. The trash bag character.
I was gonna say, you might need to explain yourself there. Trash bag character?
Ooh, that's really good. Anyway, Depmiser, we have a number of Depmiser respecters in the community. Zaro is a Depmiser respecter. Lamel is a Depmiser respecter.
I'm a bit of a Depmiser respecter as well.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a Depmiser respecter. It just means that you like making the number in the middle of the screen go really big.
She's the magical drop character that just happens to be in the wrong game.
That's basically true.
The nice vertical pairs, and then there being sets of 4 of the 5s and sets of 2 of the 2-ofs make it so that you can very neatly clear your entire board many times over and over again. If you can count your coins well. It is possible to spend too many or too few of a coin. And
It's really hard on
stuck,
Depmiser, at least, though.
but it's a lot harder on Depmiser than it is pretty much anyone else.
Yeah. So probably, yeah. Unfortunately for Asura, she's kind of forced to blow her coins there. Oh, this is not a good position for her. Yeah, she's gonna have to do some rearranging. The other thing about Depmiser is that potential, like, I would say, like, coin counting mistakes, like what Asura did there, are a lot easier to recover from. There's several reasons for this, but the primary one is just that it's a lot easier to actually, oh man, she's gonna hold RUs. This is, alright, butts.
This is gambling.
32, 33, 34.
The double ERs are almost there. There's a 10 in between, so hopefully it doesn't spell... Oh wait, no, there's another.
Oh.
We're fine. On the 500s.
500 for Asura. Good.
Was that
Again,
a
500
mistake?
is actually the least bad coin to ER of the 5 types.
It's still a very, like, neutral pick at the end of the day.
It basically, you're throwing away your ERs.
In
when
the
you do
least
that.
destructive way possible.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
I
basically just
suppose
saying
that
you don't want
happens.
them at all. Okay, this is going to be a bit of an interesting one. Yeah, she's got to work. Oh, she
Is that
died?
another
Was it a
self-fire?
self-fire?
It was.
Oh my god. Unbelievable.
I feel like Money and Magical Drop are the two games where, like, the absolute monsters of the game are 100% transparent. You just don't see this on display a lot of other places.
Asura's route a little bit awkward there.
A little bit of mismanagement.
Okay, manages to get the ERs onto the hundreds, though she's gonna have to do a little bit of work to chain down, but should be fine.
Especially since these RUs are on deck.
Yeah.
Needs
Okay,
to
so
buy enough time to grab them.
Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. We got the RUs. RU on 10. So she's gonna be looking for 50s to put on top here. Okay, never mind. She's just gonna continue chaining forever.
Nothing wrong
She
with
doesn't
that.
even need them. Doesn't even need them. Oh, awkward. That may have broken her chain. Oh. Okay, but
ERs are on deck.
Big Brother is still too busy chaining to actually make a, you know.
Oh
Ooh.
yeah, and interesting to note about this game that's different than Magical Drop is that in this game you can pull lines yourself mid-chain.
Yes.
So it is possible to extend your chains infinitely. The limit of a board holding chains is somewhere in the low 20s, and being able to break that low 20s barrier is incredibly difficult.
Yeah. So, Butts closing out that round with 1 million points.
Good at the video game.
You know, sometimes you just gotta get 1 million points.
All right.
In
Going.
case anyone is wondering about that, basically the chain or the score you get for a chain is it's about quadratic in the length of it. So if you really want those high scores, you gotta chain for a long time.
Okay. So that's a taste of what we're in for tonight. We're gonna book it from this point on. Not a lot of chatter between announcements before finals. Let's do Zaro and Kanito on the other side of winter semis. Like right
Yeah.
now. Go, go, go.
Hell yeah.
I'm not saying watching that put the fear of God in me is like a TO, but I'm not saying that.
Well, it should have done that.
All right. Oh, bless. They're already in it.
Oh yeah.
We take that.
What are you doing, Kanito? Go to the left.
Kanito should go to the left.
What are they trying to gentleman somewhere else? Oh my god. Alright, never mind. We're good. Whew. Alright.
So Zaro is kind of the other half of the coin of who's been supremely dominant at this game since basically we made it one of our full-time regulars. So, you know, it's just we're in top 8 territory. Enjoy your fireworks show.
I mean, Kanito maybe looking a little lost on that opening. Not the best play I've seen out of Kanito, for sure. Cool. A little wiggle from Kanito while he's waiting for the ERs to go off. Again, since this is Exchanger, we're going to see a lot of people blowing through ERs and clearing their boards. Alright, Kanito not hitting those 5s on the left side soon enough to continue the chain, fortunately. Awkward! Holding those 100s. Oh, Die Last Gaming! If Kanito had dropped those coins, he would have died! Jeez.
It sure is
Yeah,
pushing
we got
for
a fan in the
Kanito
chat
on
here.
sidelines there.
I mean, I think Kanito and Asa have played a lot, so...
Yeah. Not saying it's unfounded, but you know.
I will say Kanito is looking much better now than he was at the beginning of this. Oh boy!
Yeah, that.
is-
Oh, okay. No, he did it.
Yeah, he almost died there. Ooh, boy. Yeah, money does have a story mode.
Puppy Boy is not trash. He's a crybaby little brother.
He is actually the little brother.
True.
Of Bike Dealer. That's the lore. The Bank siblings.
There is so much lore in this game. I don't
There's
know
a
what
lot
Base
of
was
lore.
thinking.
It's all very silly. so trash.
Oh, you're
Oh,
choosing violence
baby.
today.
Oh, baby. Love to see it. Okay, Kanito's switching over to the center there. Oh my god. Wait, ERing 5s? Oh, Kanito. No. Oh, he's dead now. This is why ERing 5s is really bad, folks. He needs to find another set of 1s within 2 seconds to actually get that second 5 out and continue the chains, but not happening. Detmiser and Macker are not brothers. Macker is, or not siblings, as far as I know. Yeah, he's half Russian.
Yeah.
He's,
Just cause.
I think he's a little bit. He's got the.
It's just a little
I don't
bit
even
of
want to
flavor.
talk about that lore. It's bad lore. I don't want to talk about it. Ooh, Kanito doing a little bit of a funny business, moving those 1s around when he knows they're about to disappear.
Zaro
Oh,
really
he's
good
gonna-
on the like staggering 50s to not that one, but like the timing to make sure that like coins still resolve at different steps.
Yeah. Oh, Kanito broke his chain. No. Oh man, that hurts.
Okay, 1-1.
He had a good route there, but I think he didn't count correctly or something like that. He
Nice.
expected all the hundreds, I think, to go off in the center, and instead they did not connect. So he was stuck with an extra bunch in the center, clogging up the works. All right, Cherry Biter. Everyone get your in the chat. So yeah, Cherry Biter's whole thing is these horizontal rows. They're not too bad. Except if you mismanage them, they immediately become god-awful.
Like,
so,
it feels kind of like inverse pyramid stacking. You have to address one side and then the other. If you commit to too much on one, guess what? Your entire path is broken.
that's true. Cherry Biter, she's deceptive. It feels like she should be one of the like really low tiers, but I think she's probably the hardest to deal. Well, yeah, I would say she might be the hardest to deal with out of the low tiers. Oh, there is a lore, yeah. Oh, yeah, I still have to translate the manga, yes.
There
I know,
is-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. Oh, fuck.
We have to get into the obligatory bit of tournament chatter where, like, Face really, really banked everything on this game. Like, there is so much
Absolutely.
extraneous material
Yeah.
that,
Come
like,
back.
it's a shame that Data East did him in.
Kanito deciding that he will remain toxic until morale improves. Doesn't
Well.
see the 50. Oh no. And by doesn't see, I mean the 50 on in column 2 did not line up the way that he expected. That's an unforced error. You really don't have room to make unforced errors against somebody like Zaro, that's for sure. Oh god, he's gonna take so long. I think he might get bailed out by the fact that Zaro will not stop chaining if he's allowed to keep doing it. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Oh, loses a, Oh! A buffering error! Gonna get away with it, maybe? Gonna get away with it. Look at this guy.
You know, you have to wonder why they bet the farm on this game when Face already made Gururin.
Are we doing that? Are we doing that right now?
Just a bit.
Okay. Well, Kanito managing to sneak that round after committing some grievous errors. So, alright. Route looking pretty good this time, though. Well, he's not gonna link these 50s, though, but that's probably fine. Ooh, awkward. Awkward, very awkward. Yeah, he doesn't have room now. Alright. That's it. Zaro 3-1 over Kanito.
All right. Let's get the bees out of here.
Get the bees out of here. Alright, so our winners finals will be, of course, the usual matchup we see here. That's PB and Zarokid.
Yep. We're about to go into winners finals, but before then, we have a little bit of housekeeping to do, per the usual, before winners finals. If you like yourself some of the uppy-downy genre, you're enjoying yourself with Money Puzzle Exchanger, take heart. Not only do we have it the same time next month, 8:30 p.m. EDT, we also are double dipping this time around. Our next event on this channel is going to be the Magidoro Masters Magical Drop 3 Leagues finale between the top 8 qualifiers across the past couple months. So, for a puzzle marathon schedule, we're actually going to start over on twitch.tv/color_thief with the Royal Queen's spelling of color. At 11 a.m. EDT is going to be the Absolute Plus Tournament 8 for TGM2 Versus, run by Color Thief. It's going to be hype as hell. TGM2 Versus is very funny and very good. And from there, we are raiding back to Puzzle Wednesday proper at 2 p.m. EDT for the Magidoro Masters Top 8. So, you know, you get a little bit extra this month. Moving on to some more of the Puzzle Wednesday proper, we are back on the 18th with Puzzle Bobble 6th edition. We are doing Azumanga Daioh Puzzle Bobble now that we are dipping our toes into more Dreamcast Naomi games. And I don't care how slice of life Azumanga Daioh is in and of itself. Its Puzzle Bobble is absolute violence. I'm not explaining myself anymore. Check it out. That's going to be at 8:30 p.m. EDT.
Love it.
We are not doing a Nintendo slot this month, so we have the 21st off. And on the 25th for Mystery Puzzle slot, we are doing, in honor of the game coming to modern consoles 2 days later via Pac-Man Museum Plus, we are running Pack Attack Mega Drive for Mystery Game Bracket. I will be giving away one digital download of Pac-Man Museum Plus to a random entrant for your console of choice. So, you know, it's just a little extra spice there. So check that out. That's going to be 8:30 p.m. EDT. And Puzzle Wednesday might be extending a little bit. We are starting Puzzle Locals back in Tampa, Florida very, very soon. We do not necessarily have a method of streaming just yet. Turns out the internet lines were cut in our new venue, so what we will be doing is likely a TGM1 Versus event that night, which I will mock stream, and by that I mean we're gonna just capture the entire tournament and pretend that I am talking to people and upload the VOD over on the Puzzle Wednesday YouTube channel. So it's a found footage sort of bit. You know how it is. Try and make it end like a horror movie. But no, by all means, get more of that uppy downy fix. We hope to see you on Saturday in particular. It's going to be pretty much the best showcase you could ask for Magical Drop 3. Anyway, with that, we can move on to winners finals. And this winners finals is starting to become tales old as time. It's Butts versus Zaro.
Again, this is our usual winners final. It's also our usual grands. Again, these two have been going at it for a while.
I mean, it's absolutely bonkers. You're gonna see pretty much as hard as the game can be pushed, more or less.
Yeah. Okay. We got a CBA. We got an LD resigned from Zaro.
Ooh.
Not yet,
That's a
friends.
choice.
It is a choice. It is FT5. Remember this. Asura sliding in with the exchanger. Yikes.
We have fun at the TO desk.
I'll make sure everyone knows it's 55.
What's up?
Oh, man. I think they're chatting. There we go. Alright, they're in game.
Love to chit chat.
Yeah, you know.
I do know.
We love to see everyone having a good time. Great. Okay. As always, the exchanger start. I've seen people gentlemen's Depmiser starts before.
I
Not
feel
out
like
of the question.
I feel like that's the only gentleman's that I've seen.
I think I've seen one Macker gentleman.
They are two very bold souls.
It's just look. Everyone loves Macker.
It's true.
Everyone loves our boy. Ooh, Butts ran out of ones. This could be problematic.
Actually, you know who we haven't seen yet on the tournament?
Everywhere.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, I mean,
Now's the chance. It's gonna happen. We're gonna do first to fives here, so they're gonna run through a lot of characters, but
potentially. I mean, the thing is, we may only run through a lot of characters if the set goes relatively even. So we'll see what happens.
we're going to see at least 5.
Well, I mean, if somebody keeps losing, they can keep picking the same person.
Dang.
Yeah.
You're right,
I know.
though.
It sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? This very sweet gameplay going on right now. That may have been intentional doji from Zaro. Oh, boy, that was scary.
I'm
He's
in
got
danger.
The ERs on deck, though, actually. Yeah, he's actually fine.
It was
Oh,
so
this
scary.
Stack in the center is looking pretty ugly, though. I mean, it's not going to kill him, I think. Just kidding, he killed him.
Dang.
I think he misdropped a little bit, or maybe didn't realize that the 50s needed to go in column 5 or something like that. Needed the I think he miscounted his hundreds or something like that.
Yeah, it unfortunately happens.
Well, part of the thing is that the ERs do make it very easy to live on Exchanger, but chaining off the ERs is still very difficult because they cause so much chaos on your board that it's just hard to keep track of where everything's going to end up. That's an input buffering mistake for Zaro. It's going to break his chain. He's fine with that. He does need to dig out the second ER, and he miscounts his ones. That's unfortunate.
Haha, 1.
Yeah. All right. Zaro taking to Macker. I know this is a favorite of Zaro's as well. I think this is his usual counter pick if he doesn't go for
Depmiser.
Depmiser. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Ooh, the quick
I did
one.
not make it. quick snipe on Bucks before he can get rolling.
Yep. Ooh, that's a really fun route from Zaro. Okay. Kind of hurting for stuff to do after this, though. Yeah, it doesn't quite get those ones around in time.
Yeah.
Even after that, though. Messy situation.
That last one on the top right didn't connect.
Like, he ended up burning a lot of material on that 5-chain, and you're already kind of hurting for enough of any kind of clear on his board without having to dig significantly.
Yeah, Mac. Oh, go ahead.
5 ER! Oh no! And it was wasted too! Ah! Okay, he maybe actually decided that if he was going to blow them on 5s, he needed to use it while he was on top board? Because if he let it do its thing before that, then you actually run into this other issue of... Oh!
Oh,
He's
not
dead.
enough time.
Dead. Damn. Yeah, I guess what I was trying to get at is I think Zaro may have intentionally avoided pulling up for the ERs because if you're going to use them on 5s, you don't actually want a board full of not having any 5s in it. So, that's another way to sort of limit the damage of a poorly used ER. And we're going back. Okay.
It's just
Early
using the
ERs.
ERs on 1 this time. Very safe pick.
Yep. Okay.
Zaro with a 5 match of 50s.
So Zaro able to cancel off a lot of lines there. Small misdrop, not going to be too terrible though. Oh, okay. I think you want to rearrange and kind of at the last minute change his mind there. That's maybe going to cost him. Okay, never mind. He's found a route. He might be okay now.
I do some digging though. It's gonna be tight.
Sheesh.
A lot of ad-libbing going on, but the route was sound.
Okay. Oh my god, what a rearrangement! Zaro going kind of nuts over here a little bit. So he needs to dig out this 5 from under the ER. Does get it, but he's caught with the 10s being buried instead.
The 10s and 100s were just a little bit too checkerboarded for him to be able to get it exactly what he needed in time.
So if anyone in the chat is not super familiar with this game and wondering how Zaro is able to do so many actions at once... Oh, still a miscalculation there. So this game is interesting in that, again, the time it takes for the coins to travel up and down does affect how your inputs are processed. And one way in which that's true is the input buffering, but the other one is that, or the other side of that coin is that if you're very close to the bottom, then it takes a lot less time for all of your actions to occur. And so if you ever feel like you're close to death and you can get out a lot more stuff, a lot more actions than usual, that's why.
You quite literally can.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to Big Chains Land.
Pretty much the opposite of Macker.
Yeah. Oh, this is a really kind of awkward situation, though.
Oh, a little bit of self-file, I think.
I think he
Or did it just...
thought the
Oh,
ERs
no,
were
it just
gonna-
ran out of time to resolve.
No, he put down coins and then had stuff over the line, yeah. I think he just thought the ERs were going to line up.
Ah.
Oh, the 50s don't line up again. Ooh, interesting route here.
The Ghost Road
Does not count the
shenanigans.
10s. Ah, doesn't have enough time to get the 2 stacks of 10s together either. Oh no. Surprisingly short Debt Miser game now. Alright, let's see where Zaro's gonna go. Go back. Okay. Okay. Solid opener this time. Little 10 chain.
Yeah, fantastic opener from Zaro that round.
Gonna wait. Oh, doesn't wait long enough. All those 50s link up anyway. That's really unfortunate for Zaro. Okay. So we're about to get into our first round of the ERs here. They're at the top of the stack for both. Oh! Zaro needs to now get rid of all the 50s on his board before the ERs do it for him.
Luckily, that's not too hard.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, he lets the ERs go so that he can not live with the pain from that decision. Or I guess, I don't know if it was a decision per se. Okay. Get another set of ERs, though. That is the thing about this, is that it's kind of difficult. Oh!
For a split second, I thought something went wrong and Zaro died, but
Yeah.
Butts got away from Butts on this side of the field. Let's see if I can get an instant replay.
Yeah, this is why we have the stream up, folks. Oh, Butts kind of not super sure what to do here. Cuts his chain pretty early that time. Alright. Oh, again, Butts cutting his chain. That might be awkward because it means he's not going to cancel off lines. Oh! Oh my god, this is such a scary situation with this tower up the right-hand side for Zaro.
Yeah, and he just does not have enough time to shuffle the coins off that right side of the board.
Yeah. If there
Those
wasn't...
edge spires.
Yeah. Well, so the other thing about having a spire up the right side of your board if you're player 1 is that it actually blocks the view of what the coins are.
Oh, yeah, because the chain counting.
This is, having a spire up the right-hand side of the board was considered by Sal, who's like an expert Japanese player, to be basically the worst thing that can happen in this game, for that reason. So, especially if you're playing single-player mode. If you see that spire up your right side, you better just break it down. Okay. Zaro gonna wait with the ERs here. Butts cutting his chain at 19 this time. Kind of awkward stack for Butts, actually. He doesn't have a ton going on right now. Alright.
Zaro also getting a little bit tangled up for a split second there.
Yeah.
But Butts not sending any pressure, so...
Ooh, 400s. Alright, the ER on ones. Not gonna take effect yet, actually. So we're gonna see if Zaro can chain down before this ER hits. He's got an RU on deck too, if he wants it. Alright, he just cancels off a bunch of lines. Looks like he might have Butts in a bit of a corner here, actually. We'll see. It's hard to see if anyone's in a bit of a corner on Detmeister. Oh my god,
that was almost a disaster.
Call. That was really close, yeah. Okay. Really, the funny 1-to-1 chain, or 500 to 500 chains here are pretty amusing. Oh, he's gonna cut his... No, he's not gonna cut his chain yet. Okay.
He also popped an ER, so...
Yeah. Alright. So Butts had to wait for that entire thing to go off. He's also got an ER, but the ER on 10s clears much less of his board, so... I think he did cancel off a bunch of lines. Zaro with the ER on hundreds. ER is on deck again for Butts. Oh, he's got RUs too, yeah. Oh, this top of his board now looking real awkward. All these power-ups hanging out. So you can, if you pick up 2 of the same power-up and you have a 3rd power-up of the other kinds, you can actually stack the 2 power-ups on top of the other one, and they won't go off. So a little surprising that Butts didn't opt to do that, to preserve an extra column. Wow.
But seriously,
Nice scoring round.
what if you could rank up the ERs?
What would they become?
Ones.
Erasers.
Oh boy. Alright.
All right, so Butts going ahead and sitting out for a little while on winner's sides of grands. Let's get to the rest of top 8 now. Taking a peek. We have,
Going down to losers' quarters.
yep, Shura Aoi and Zappy the Great on losers quarterfinals.
I believe that will be our next call, right?
It better be if Alex wants to go to bed on time tonight.
It's already past his bedtime, isn't it?
Oh, for sure, but like, you know. This is one of those things. So like, out of all the brackets we do, money has the inverse curve where like winners round 1 2s go by like that. It's where top 8 everything gets a little freeform in time as a
Time becomes
construct.
fake.
Yeah, I was gonna say as a construct, it's not real anymore.
Yeah. Zaro in the Fight K chat. Classic winners finals with a classic result. Also responding, I had hoped you would have won a little bit more.
Ooh.
Yowza.
Little bit of friendly banter.
Hmm. Alright, Asura and Zappy going into it here. So this is Zappy's first tournament with us, right?
Yep.
Seems like it.
I believe so.
Already putting on a show. Getting into top 6, I guess? Yeah, it's top 6.
Oh, I got a guru meditation on spectating. Let's try that again.
Yikes.
I should meditate on why it didn't work.
Asura picking a very funny route.
I wish you could see.
So, there's always a lot of decision making behind horizontal versus vertical, I guess, clears in this game. Vertical clears, of course, are much easier to control. Usually, like, you know, result in simpler boards, etc. For this reason, you basically want to be doing them as much as you can. But, or the other, well, I guess the other big reason is that they block off as few columns as possible, and that becomes very important when you're trying to make decisions. But sometimes you need to get something somewhere quickly, and you make a horizontal clear. And sometimes they can lead to some real genius stuff where you save moves. They do, again, block off a number of columns. They make it a lot harder to figure out where your coins are going to end up. Yeah. Alright. Let's go on to LB Labor now. I think we've still managed to not see any everywhere here.
Dang, is she becoming the fan unfavorite?
As the mayor of Tomboy Town, I'm not pleased with this.
Yeah. The people
Not
have
pleased.
spoken. Looks like the
Going
mayor's
up for
getting
the
voted out.
election.
I'm gonna have to increase funding for Tomboy R&D.
I don't know if you have the room to... Wait, R&D? What?
Yeah.
Regardless, I don't know if you have the right to do that anymore, Mr. Former Mayor. Wow, okay.
Yeah, Asura just getting off to some pretty bananas starts here, and Zappy's not quite able to keep up. It's difficult. Again, Asura often third place in these.
Ah, there we are. Xerxes can sleep peacefully now.
Oh, good. Oh boy.
Getting worried.
I was very worried. Look, I have an anxiety disorder.
It's interesting that Zappy would go to Every Worker, since
Oh.
the games I took off of him were on Every Worker. Or I guess I only took one, but
This is a very aggressive pull up. I feel like Zappy is... I think maybe the reason why Asura's openings are hitting so hard is because Zappy is not quite respecting the, Oh, can't count to 5 issue, no!
the ones were just not there. The
Counting to
last
5
one
is-
was buried away.
Yeah, counting to 5, man, it's the hardest thing in games.
Like, no, I get what you mean. It's like kind of like the panel thing, where like you're not respecting the fact that you might
Your
drop a
opponent is
combo,
gonna-
someone can just poke you.
Yeah. But it's not even pokes, it's just if you pull down that hard that early, you better come out with a real hitter. Because if your opponent sends you 8 lines, then you're almost certainly going to need to cancel off in order to keep that going.
All right.
So it's tough. It's a tough game to play. Yeah. All right.
you know what it
Neo
also
Runespism.
is? Yep,
This is
Nito
our-
Runespism time.
Oh, this is the. So Kanito and Rune have a bit of a rivalry as well. I would say. Yeah. It's Kanito, Portuguese powerhouse, and Runespism, the demon from down under. Here tonight, pay-per-view.
I mean, he's quite literally a Cacodemon profile picture, so
Yep. Yeah, these players they've been going at it for a while. Rune is well known for being kind of a maniac of single player. I think he's come close to maxing out in single player. Maybe gotten halfway there. Let's face it, that's very close. And he's, as a result of this, he has incredible knowledge of the neutral pattern. So you can expect him to do some very nutty opening chains. Kanito, a little bit more of an Unga player by comparison, I think, but Unga works in this game. And Rune also seeking that beat. Maybe you can snag it off of Kanito tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know how close he is to it,
Uh,
but it would not be a...
fairly close.
He's definitely good enough to have one.
Oh
It's
yeah.
it's just a matter of has he ground out enough sets to have accumulated the elo.
Erase the ERs there with the ones and doesn't quite get there in time. Although Kanito with the ER on 50 and 5 could have been really bad, but I lost gaming.
Rune unfortunately got Harpy stacked. The ones cleared everything in the middle, and then the sides were still spires.
Kanito with a bit of a slow start here, but okay. Oh, has to think quickly. He's probably gonna. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. He does manage to dig out the ERs, puts him on 1. All right, this should clear down nicely. Rune also doing like a half board ER on 1, so that's gonna clean out his entire board basically. He does have to.
Oh,
it
it does
doesn't
not
count
have
the
5
tens.
tens.
It's really sad to see somebody lose with double the points the other person. So I think Rune likes Macker, he likes Coquetry Bouncer, and he likes Might Dealer. If he's taking you to Might Dealer, he definitely wants to test your fundamentals. Ooh. Could have left that in place there and taken those 5s like so. Alright, so the ER's on deck for Rune.
He needs to take them soon.
I think he's gonna try and race it. Yeah, again, I think he realized too late that he wasn't gonna have time.
Oh, the ERs just did not, like, activate the board at all.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with them on Might Dealer, or sorry, on Macker's pattern, is that occasionally they just do nothing. This is a part of that checkerboarding.
Sometimes they set you up really nicely for, like, almost a full board clear combo, but sometimes they just don't. Well, Rune doing a lot of unnecessary reorganizing, I feel, right there, but let's see if it...
Okay. Oh, he does have the ERs now, though.
Sends them on ones.
Uh-oh.
Oh, unable to assemble the correct number of 50s.
Wow. Kanito's just working. Rune had 8 lines waiting for him at the end of that match. Going back. Okay. Rune choosing to save the 5 there.
That's a good decision. He has the ones, so...
Yeah, he does have the ones to do that. He's out of space. Oh, Dialast!
The Kanito!
Let's go! That last link saved the Rune there, even though he was playing out of the death zone there. And with no hope of getting down at that point, there was no space to shuffle anything, really. Okay, Kanito waiting for the 50s. Gonna blow all the 500s, too. That's fine. Ooh, awkward, maybe? Okay, Kanito spending his ERs now. Rune waiting a little bit more. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Here's what I was talking
yeah.
about, where sometimes it just gives you that beautiful full board chain.
Alright, 15, 16, 17. So, we're gonna be sitting with, like, no A-lines for, like, a long time, probably.
Ah, you say that. The fact that Kanito almost came back from that is a little wild.
I mean, Rune had a bunch of stuff after that. I don't think he was really in that much danger.
Look, Rune was at least accepting damage at that point.
Yeah.
That's absolutely not nothing.
Oh, Kanito going a cherry biter here. Alright.
A little bit of toxic gaming.
Oh, yeah. Everyone get your swears out. Say the dirtiest word you can think of in chat that won't get you TOS'd.
Sorry, I don't speak Italian.
Beautiful language. You should learn.
So I've been told.
I think Rune's cherry biter is pretty good. I would not consider this to be a great counterpick against Rune. But, oh, he's getting a little hung up on the ERs.
Luckily, he Kanito chains just long enough to give Rune time to grab those. Stop doing what he was doing and grab those ERs.
Yeah. Wiener. Ooh, that's really bad. That's oh boy. I got a little shiver just from saying that. We might have to ban Amelia.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time.
Okay. This is a really weird stack for Rune. Oh, his 5's on the other side of the board. That's awkward. Oh, he's gonna roll with it. Okay, never mind. This is kinda... Alright. Okay, RU on 1s. RU's on deck for Kanito as well. He's gonna drop him on 10s. He's gonna save a 10 though. That's maybe gonna be a little awkward. Oh, he needed to put that 50 in column 2 and then stack the 100s on top. Ooh. Oh my god. Wow.
And just like that, Rune has brought it back. It is
Yeah,
now
that's-
last game.
It's tied. Where are we going, Kanito?
And we're going back.
We're going back. Oh my god. Closes without going over. Kayad is, Kayad is playing swear blackjack over here.
Okay. Circean, riddle me this.
Yeah.
Can a mod time out themselves?
Time out themselves? That is... I mean, is this a trick question?
I timed out Amelia for her
And then
terrible
Yeah, I saw
words
that.
and deeds, and suddenly she's back.
Okay. I think that means the answer is no.
Because I didn't
Or
do
yes,
that.
rather.
Yes.
Whatever one of those things is, mods being able to time out, or untime themselves out.
That's
Ooh.
flawed
Awkward not
design.
using the fives. Actually, this is fine. Actually, Rune is fine. She's fine.
Alright.
That's it. 3-2. Jeez.
probably not a significant elo swing.
Probably not.
Still,
A little bit of a...
That's,
teensy bit of upset there.
Yeah?
teensy.
Teensy.
Very teensy.
I choose my words carefully.
Yes.
Anyway,
Alright, Rune will go on to fight Asura. I think this is a pretty common loser semis, actually. I think we've seen this one before, too.
I feel like top like 6 for this game is pretty. Top 4 pretty deadlocked here.
Let's see.
You see a lot of the same folks.
Yeah, well, you know.
Nothing wrong with it. They work to be there.
They do work. They do put in the work. Alright. Yeah, again, Rune's still in the hot seat here. Up against the menace from Mexico, Asura Oe. Now I can finally get my eternal sleep. Kanito, buddy. If you die in Money Idol, you do not die in real life. I feel like I should just make that, make that clear here. So Asura playing pretty clean today. I think that there have been some occasions where Asura has been a little bit. Oh my god, this route. Oh my god.
A little bit experimental.
No, I feel like there's some occasions where Asura like.
Like this.
Ooh, sneaking it out. Sometimes you'll see her like trying to play like too fast, getting hung up on movement a lot, things like this. It doesn't seem like that's a big issue today. Seems like she's playing pretty clean.
Staying in control.
Yeah, we'll see if that's all it takes. Although it looks like this is a very spicy opening chain, or I guess second chain really.
Rune looks like he's in a bit of a pickle for sure.
Yeah,
He has the ERs, and that is a very large 10 clear, but the rest of his board is very dangerous.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
The 10s will downstack about 60%, or the clearing and the ER on 1s will downstack about 60% of your board. But it's 60% by column, not by row.
Yeah.
Oh, did they, did he mash?
Might have mashed.
They're gonna have to... Alright. Okay, well... I'm trying... Because
Okay.
there is a thing where you can press the buttons too fast, and then you end up picking a character for your counter pick that you do not actually want, and that is always very unfortunate. Oh,
Ooh.
pain. And that one was interesting because Asura also kind of flubbed her opener, just, I guess, not enough. Ooh. Going for maybe the intentional... Uh-oh. Alright, Rune with a much better control over his opener, it looks like. Yeah, he's gonna do Rune things now. Rune things means making big old chains. Oh, the one... Oh, that could have been really, really dangerous, but manages to stave off death. Whew. Any Wave Crash players in chat? I don't know about in chat, but there are
Trash
some Wave
Boat's
Crash
been a
players.
pretty big proponent of Wave Crash before.
Yeah, I don't think he's here tonight, but he's a crasher.
You could probably ask people in here. It's a good chance of probably yes in there somewhere.
Yep. All right. Rune finding a very good route.
Yeah, he did a really nice little maneuver where he saved some extra 10s that were going to clear so that he could use them in a separate chain link, and it worked out really nicely.
That's so much shuffling, Asura. How are you doing this? Asura is insane. Oh my god. There was just so many moves. All right. Rune
He's gotta be
ERing.
careful.
His board is in okay shape now. Oh, this is a little bit awkward though. It kind of forces him to keep the center high for a little bit. He needs to get those ERs out. That was literally frames before death. Oh my god. Alright, he doesn't have ones though, so he's gonna need to figure out the second pair of ERs here. He's probably just gonna... He buries the other ER? That was really, really unsafe. Wow. Okay.
Whether it was accidental or not, Rune
Well.
successfully winning on his counter pick.
Whew. Okay, well. Whether or not it was an intentional counterpick now, it doesn't really matter. Because...
Watch this entire set just be exchanged. Oh.
They'd have the gentlemen's to exchange right after that.
True.
Alright, picking Rune to Cocotree Bouncer, again, not so sure about this. I think it's one of his best characters. I think I might have seen him rubbing his hands in my mind's eye for a little bit there. Ooh, this doesn't really link though. Okay, he's gotta find another 10 somewhere. Woohoo! Okay. That really sucks. The full board lockout. Yeah, I think the 5 on the left side was blocked off just enough that it was very difficult to find a down stack there without having to do a lot of rearranging. Oh, big big 2 chain from Rune there.
Yeah, I think Rune didn't... It didn't seem to me like Rune wanted to do that, but the way the ones were laid out on his board, there was no way for him to save either side and get like the 2 5s.
Accidentally saved some 1s. Alright, is he gonna be able to get away with this now? Oh my god, he's chaining for his life. It's working. What a hero. Look at this maniac. Is he gonna get down? I think he might get down. God. heroic effort there to save the game for Rune. Is he gonna?
Oh, but
the
it's not enough.
come out of alignment. Oh, so much pain. That sucks so bad. Anyway, yeah, yeehaw, this is... This game is fun as hell. I don't know. It's a personal favorite of mine. I haven't been playing it too much lately, so I've been busy with other stuff, but damn if I didn't have many good times with that. It looked like Rune just never got off the ground that time.
Yeah, it didn't seem like he could find a good, like, jumping off point to get his chain started. It kind of resolved. Numerically, he wanted to go one way, but the coin said, no, you're starting with hundreds and then working backwards.
To get these 50s, I think Asura actually gave him a little bit of time there, and he expected that he wasn't going to have it. Real unfortunate. Okay, so Asura 3-1 over Rune, but again, a lot of close matches in that. Whew. I don't think Rune has been playing a ton either lately. But you know, good. Yeah, I mean, this game is on ACA. Obviously, we're playing it on Fight Kid, but
true.
it's ACA is where I started off with this game, actually, after seeing it on a Color Thief stream. Color Thief was like, yo, Xerxia, you should play this game. And I was like, okay.
And then
Fine.
here we are today. Nah, like,
You're gonna twist my arm about it.
full stop though. Arcade Archives is it's pretty much a godsend. Like,
Kind of.
we definitely built a good chunk of locals off of the availability of arcade games run well on modern hardware.
Absolutely. So it looks like Asura is gonna be a minute. She says she has to get ready to lose.
Ooh.
Looks like
Look, it can take mental prep work, I get it.
it can. That's true. Yeah. Again, I think this is a pretty common losers finals. Zaro generally favored in this. Asura good enough to make Zaro bleed for sure. This is usually Zaro's warm up before going back into grands with Buzz. So let's see what happens here. But yeah, we use ACA also for locals here in New York sometimes. So we used it for Magical Drop. Pretty good.
It's just a good thing to have.
It's good. Pretty good.
You know what you need to bring to your next locals, Xerxian? Arcade Archives Quarth.
Quarth.
Yeah.
Jesus. Alrighty.
There we go.
They're in? They're in. Great.
There we go.
Oh, okay. The exchanger start, of course. Ooh, misdrop by Asura gets kind of saved. So much rearranging though. Zelf pile. Needed to put that stuff in column 1. Wanted to put it in column 3 because, of course, it is always good to clear towards the center if possible. It's more easily accessible than clearing stuff on the sides of the board. But, of course, the unfortunate thing is that's where the Spire was, and impending A-lines were there. So, you know, sometimes you gotta make a call to do what would otherwise be the suboptimal thing, to stave off death.
Bounce the brakes.
Pretty silly route from Asura. Makes it work. Self-piles again, though. Oh, no. That's really not what you want to see. Oh, this is FT5, by the way. Hope you all realize.
Make sure you care for your hands, Yeehaw. Not that, like, money's that much better with how much rapid tapping you have to do for movement.
Yeah. Yeah, so this game has no DAS. It's kind of rough.
And even if it did, it probably wouldn't be fast enough to be, like, viable.
Maybe not. Oh, really, really funny route from Asura this time. Oh, gets the ERs on hundreds. She's gonna clear away a lot of them, actually. That's so interesting. It actually takes away the hard part of the pattern.
And it pays off.
Yeah, great play. Okay, Zaro in the death zone there doesn't watch out for that left side. Asura tying it up. Again, the usual counter picks we'll see out of Zaro or Macker, and then that Messer. So maybe unintentional there. Whew. So ERs are available early this time. Zaro going to use them on 10s. Going to do a risky rearrangement of the 10s before it pops, though. Manages to get it off without much fanfare, though.
Asura Aoi went for the standard ones and did a full board combo. And it worked out.
Yeah, Rune, we know you're a hyper tapper, though. we know what you're on about. You're the only person I know who actively dislikes that. In just any context. The ERs.
To be fair, I think notably, a lot of people who play this game also come from Magical Drop 3, where there are not only deaths, but a couple of other faster movement options that, you know, just save you a number of actions per second and hands.
They do, yeah. I gotta say, like, after learning how to mash move and mag drop, a lot of things became a lot easier. But yeah, it's there is DAS in mag drop, but if you are mash moving, it's actually kind of interesting because I think sometimes it interferes with your mash moving.
Yeah, you'll get a double. You'll get like a double hop if DAS kicks in while you're doing like a really long sequence of mash moving, and it can throw you off.
If you're going to a wall, though, it's not like a huge wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Asura going way off here.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
Zaro
Ham.
doing a doji, probably didn't mean to, and then self-piles. Why would you? You can just tap. Okay, me, former TGM player. Oh, please wait while I tap at 60 hertz. Dude, guideline players use instant dash, man. Literally, it takes no time to get to the wall anymore.
Rune, I worry for you.
Rune's speed running the joints in his fingers.
Oh man, gonna get that new no hands WR.
Oh, please. Someone who's had big hand problems in the past, please take care of you. Please take care of your body. It's the only one you're gonna get. Zaro playing a really good game out of the death zone here, but unfortunately it's not quite enough. Asura
Asura just
3-1
has
now.
just a ridiculous grasp on the pattern, making it look like it's just
Not that bad.
anybody's pattern.
Okay, now we're going to the Debt Miser.
I kinda wish Zaro played on rank because now I have to look to actual like stream assets to see how far into set we are.
Wait, why?
Because I don't see the set count on my window.
Oh, you can turn that on.
Oh. I'll do with that on a time that I'm not streaming.
Yeah.
Look, Game Boy Tetris Das tries, okay?
Oh, what? Game Boy Tetris does?
It tries.
awful.
It's awful. That's why the fact that it tries is the only nice thing I have to say about
I'm
it.
pretty sure it's even worse than NES DAS.
Yeah. What part of this backhanded compliment are you getting?
I don't know if I call that trying, personally.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know if I'd count on robot hands being available. Alright. Ooh, Asura with a very interesting route. Almost blows the ERs there in the noise, but alright. Zaro gonna be able to cancel off lines, yeah. Unfortunately, the ER is looking far away, and I'm not sure how we got here.
Ooh. See, there's that trick where Asura stored the ERs on top of the RUs for maximum space saving.
So, it looked like Asura started another chain, and then Zaro was actually able to almost get out of that because of that. Wow. 4-1. This would be quite an upset. I feel like usually Zaro has been quite favored over Asura. And if this holds, this would be the first time Zaro does not come top 2 in probably the history of Puzzle Wednesday brackets in this game.
Oh no.
Okay.
Asura Aoi does not have enough space to shuffle around the orbs before the 8 lines that were coming came in. And got spiked out.
Yeah, no, I think Asura is definitely playing much better than we've seen in the past. Again, I think it's just a lot cleaner play in general, things like that. Ooh, this 5 kind of awkward.
Oh! But I think that's a self-pile from Zaro to save Asura Aoi from some Die Last gaming.
Ooh, big doji on the last hit there. Ooh, this is kind of an awkward one. I don't think Zaro wanted those to doji either. So there's a couple of interesting ways that lines interact with, like, oh, whew, boy.
Asura did not count to 5, 110 short in that match.
So if you're accepting A lines, or I guess feeding, or if you're in the middle of a feed, the coins will actually, even if you throw down coins and it makes a matching group, they won't start clearing until you stop feeding lines. And this is either going to be right before you die, if you know, have a fatal number of lines coming in, or it's going to be, ooh. Okay, Zaro.
Needed the, Asura needed the extra 50 that was all the way on the right side of the board, but had opted to do some other shuffling around before going for it.
Yeah, Zaro took a weird route on the U. Very non-conventional, I would say. Very unconventional, rather. But it worked out. So the way the U works is that if you have exactly the right number of 10s, or exactly the right number of 50s, then you throw exactly the right number of 5s. If you don't throw extra 5s on the right side, then you want to throw hundreds in next. Otherwise, you want to throw in 10s.
I see the tech has evolved past my original phone.
Maybe? I don't know if this was... I don't know if this would be particularly new to you. Okay, Zaro picking it up here. Whew. Whew.
Zaro hearing first time it would be him getting third and kicked on the gas.
Alright. Asura, frame 1 locking in the Coquetry Bouncer. Again, able to play very well with Coquetry so far, so... This is such a DBZ moment. I mean, it's entirely possible that Zaro has had a flashback to his childhood and remembered who he's fighting for.
Oh no. Just came up 1 coin short on the ones. Not able to get the match.
Okay, 7-chain opener versus looking 7, 8. That's gonna stop there, but really awkward stack from Asura here. She might be in trouble. Okay. If you can find these ones, then things will be okay. Almost misdrops them. Oh my god, this is... I am surprised that worked. I can't believe that worked. Okay, she does manage to get the ER off. Does actually manage to chain quite a bit after the ER, too. The 10s fall out of alignment and almost kills her. Doesn't look like Zaro is actually doing much better either. Oh my god, he goes for a risky extension there. There was a safer way to do that. That maybe wouldn't have killed him, or almost killed him. Wow, holy shit. Okay, bringing it back from 4-1 all the way to 4-4.
Playtime is over. Maybe the nerves getting to Asura here a little bit.
Certainly possible.
We're going back to Coquetry.
Tim Wild is certainly... He's become quite a menace in his own right in that game. Okay. Everyone's so lucky today. Okay, Asura on game point here, or set point rather. Whew.
I didn't see what happened to Zaro.
I didn't either, I was looking at Asura's board. Ooh, very fun round. Asura kind of getting stuck. Alright, let's see if she can make it work with the,
Oh, just does not have enough ones.
Oh my god.
Because they fell out of alignment on that left side.
It don't get more tied than this, boys and girls. Ooh, slow start for Asura. Actually, slow start for both players, really. Right, now the chains are flying. Zaro gets a slightly better one off. Not really clear if that's gonna hold, though. Asura needs to figure... Oh my god, that's it!
The big clear. Enough stall to
Oh my god.
stay alive.
5-4. 5-4.
All right, so we're doing the grand final sibling rivalry run back.
Oh my god. 5-4. Again, Zaro out in third. That's probably the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I think the only other person to have beaten him is Twinkler, and he only came
Twinkler
to-
has done it, yeah.
He's only come to, I think, 1 or 2 of these events.
Yeah,
So-
Twinkler is an infrequent face, but kind of a hidden boss member of the Dream Team. I think Twinkler's calling card is being an extremely clean player. So when you look at Twinkler playing the game, he just makes everything look like obvious. Like you're just like, oh yeah, why wouldn't you extend this way? Well, the coins are right there. What are you talking about? And then I go over and try and do that myself, and then I'm like, okay.
Why are these? Why do the coin? Why does the damage pattern look different when it's on his side of the board?
Yeah. Asura says she's going to cry. Really popping off tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah.
God. Wow. Again, the siblings now taking the whole bracket for us tonight. So Butts BB has not lost a game yet. We'll see if Asura, fresh off the set win against Zaro, can finally make him bleed, or if maybe the nerves and the heart rate are going crazy, and maybe she's gonna have to calm down. See, Alex, the thing here is that I'm pretty sure that Butts is also rooting for Asura, so...
I mean,
I
heartwarming,
think
honestly.
What's up? Oh,
Heartwarming, honestly.
yeah. I remember back in the day when I was still able to take games off Butts and Mag Drop before he really took off.
Yeah.
He would cheer for me while we were in game together. I was
They're
like,
in there,
buddy.
but
Yeah.
speaking of Magical Drop and his rather recent entry to it, Butts is one of the top 8 finalists for the Magical Drop leagues this weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, big surprise, but he...
F3.
Oh, okay.
They're going to Japanese voices. Oh, I know they're doing this for the Japanese voices. I know. I'm surprised this lets you F3 in ranks. That's actually kind of funny.
Yeah, a little weird.
I thought that was not allowed most of the time.
But, like, he took his fundamental raw talent from this game and, like, took it to another game with similar rules and, like, already dominating
Are
in
you
that
in,
one.
by the way?
Me?
Doesn't look like it's showing up on the stream.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, there it is. Okay. Whoop, just kidding. Just kidding.
I'm on top of it.
Okay. Oh no, my stream is just behind. Never mind.
I have stream delay set to 20 seconds. It is what it is.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. So the coins might look a little different now. The 50s and the 5s will have holes in them.
And the
The
ones
fives
are a
will say
little more
gold.
bold.
Yeah. But yeah, they do this to because there's a larger selection of voices. Oh my
I
god,
also-
Buzz is taking such a complicated route down! It's working! It's working beautifully!
I'm surprised out of everything that the 1 coin has a different font for the 1.
It's a little funny, yeah. Oh, Butts didn't put an ER in the right place. Okay.
After such an impressive route down, it's a shame that was what did him in.
Yep.
Oh, the one's not connecting on Butts' side of the board.
He's got contingencies. Oh, maybe not enough contingencies. I love that he's still found a freaking way to clear coins. This is absolutely nonsense. He's gotta get down to these ERs though, and they are real far. The one on the right side is real far. He's getting helped out by the fact that Asura has decided she wants to chain forever. So Butt's begun accepting lines, but actually didn't continue accepting them because Asura started another chain, and now he's alive.
Let's going for a
Cuidado.
full board clear, hundreds and tens.
Yep. But yeah, in the past, Zaro was well known for doing this to people, which would occasionally lose him games.
Going a little too extra, yeah?
Ooh. Very close to a fatal mistake there for Asura. Wow, that was such a calculated risk? I don't even know. Oh my god. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna...
I just learned to mentally check out and just let this vibe.
Mamma mia.
You can't. You and I both have anxiety disorders. You can't let this
We
get
have
to you,
anxiety
man.
disorders. That's true. We're gonna have to tell them to tone it down.
I'm just kind of dissociating right now. It helps.
Let the money flow over you.
Yeah, man. This is the fireworks show. They're just gonna keep going. Someone's gonna win. I can't make it worse for myself by trying to guess before it happens. You know?
Being really, really careful with his coin counts here. He's really squeezing every last chain link out of these. Oh, Asura in a little bit of trouble. Okay, ERing hundreds. Okay, she's continuing to chain down, but ooh, runs into a bit of an awkward situation here, being bailed out by Butts' insistence on continuing to chain. And the siblings are there for each other. Oh no!
Ty, they switched the Japanese BIOS.
Yeah, you can see the text at the bottom that says chain now says Rensa. So the thing is that if you Fightcade uses a save state, of course, but if players have the BIOS set to Japanese, if
Which I believe
you
is the
reset the
default.
game, then it'll load the Japanese BIOS, or load from the Japanese BIOS instead.
So you get a little bit of different coins, a little bit of extra voices, and I think especially Macker's and Cherry Bite's case, like additional frames of animation.
All the frames of, or all the animations get text, or not all of them, but the ones that have text will get it. So that includes some of, yeah, you can see that Cocotree Bouncer is going, he's hiccuping in sadness. Yeah, Cherry Biter will put you in her grudge diary. She'll call you an idiot. Because she's
Toxic.
toxic. Toxic gaming, I told you. What else? LD Labor becomes sad somehow. I don't remember exactly.
Just
Shobori.
like me.
Yeah. Alright, let's taking this one pretty convincingly, unlike the exchange games which were a grind.
Kirk, why?
5s and 50s, you kind of have to go by color, I think.
Hey, Xerxine, do you wanna read the highlighted message out loud?
No.
You sure? Well, if I wanted to, would I be asking you?
I mean, I don't know what this is a reference to, so...
I don't know either, but it's very clearly lyrics.
Well, I don't want to, like, you know, not do it justice. Alright, Butt's playing out of the death zone here, but does not have any room. He just never got started. Alright. Asura pulling up quite a bit, actually. Oh, interesting decision. Oh, she does not have room to do this. Oh my god. Is she gonna live this? Barely. Oh my god. I can't believe this is happening.
It's one off the top of the screen.
No!
Oh, It was
my God.
over there for so long.
What?
What?
Self-pile?
I blinked. Oh, self-pile.
I liked it too.
Okay, Butts bleeds. Asura taking a game off. That's going to, Butts better watch his elo.
Yeah, I was about to say, now that's what I call elo.
Okay. Okay. Right, so... Oh,
Ooh.
Asura!
Oh,
No, she had the 3 5s. If she wanted to put 5s in, she didn't put a second 5 in afterwards. Otherwise, that's not going to work. So you need to connect the 5s on the right. Or the 5s to the 10s on the right. And that's why if you're not going to put in extra 5s before those things clear, you need to put hundreds in instead, because it's going to open up the bottom instead of the side. Oh! Really? Really awkward situation for Asura here. Okay, yeah, she's trying to squeeze all the time she can out of this. Is gonna get down? It looks like she probably canceled lines. Yep, okay. God, yeah,
Oh,
but
was
doesn't
that a
have
misclick?
enough. Doesn't have time
Or did it
to.
just eat along?
Yeah. Doesn't have enough time to respond to the second hit there. So, even though it's a crazy play to stay alive, but. Okay. It's Asura's counter pick. Huh. Alright. Okay, time to I think now if you had any coffee on or tea,
Yeah?
you should probably go check on that.
Don't leave the stove running with boiling water.
I would never. What are you insinuating?
Oh no, I'm talking from personal experience.
Ooh, really weird route for a little bit there from Asura, looks like. Okay.
Oh.
Well, a little bit of a misdrop, but not for long enough for it to really matter.
A lot of ERs on Asura's board.
PE Army over there.
I think she's gonna hang out.
Didn't,
Pick 'em up when
she
the-
hasn't even picked them up yet. That might be.
Well, she's not gonna die, right? Doesn't matter. She can't take more than 8 lines. And Butts has
Uh-oh.
decided he's not going to. Oh, yeah, now this is a problem. I should pick him up. Alright, 38 chain. Sure.
Which is
So now you
about
can see that Asura is working through the negative A lines that Butts has built up. There was another set of ERs, and she had 2. Alright, she's probably gonna look for these. Looking for the RUs on 1s. Oh, blocks off the 5 though. That's really kind of awkward. Maybe wasted 50 there. Maybe not what she wanted.
Oh yeah, that 50 was missing.
Oh, the ERs were available on the left side. Long snaking groups from Asura there. Somehow manages to wrangle them though. Butts making sure he lays his ERs next to each other when they're on the top of the screen so they don't activate. Also with a self pile there, really unfortunate. Alright. 1-4. Asura, again, staring down the barrel of elimination here.
Going back to. Okay. Every worker.
They really like these very weird routes where stuff falls into place long after the fact. Oh, okay. Yeah, a little bit of shuffling around here for Asura, but manages to wrangle that. Okay. Oh, self-pile! She waited so long!
Alright.
Long snaking groups. What did you think I said?
Whatever is most convenient to entrap you.
I feel like then we wouldn't be talking a lot about snakes, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. While there is money to be paid. Ooh. This is also an interesting route down the U. Butts is board looking a little awkward here, actually. See if he can clean it up before... Nope. Alright.
Hanging on by a thread.
Cutting of chains there by Asura manages to only accept like one line in between, which otherwise could have been pretty bad. Okay. Oh, this is so awkward. She needs to dig out this other 10 and dig out the 50. Alright.
And then just to hang on.
I thought she
Hey, let's
self-piled.
go, scoreboard!
I thought she self-piled and she won. Okay, so Butts gets the counter pick now. This is an interesting counter pick for Butts, considering it's one of Asura's, usually.
Oh, boy. I'm not emotionally exhausted, you are.
Yeah, somehow Coquetry Bouncer gets even more annoying. That was a self-pile, wasn't it? What? What is going on in chat? You know... Whoa.
We're just making new
Ooh.
puzzle games, man.
I think there may have been some... Oh. Okay. Okay. Are you on ones, but it's not going to do a whole lot. Okay. Well, she lives into 17, so maybe it didn't. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe everyone should ignore me. And, oh, needs to rearrange his 10s. Ah.
That's exactly how 5s.
Wow.
All the 100s.
Uh-oh.
Gonna have to really dig to that ER on Asura's side.
Doesn't look like
She's
it's
got the
gonna be a
RU
problem.
actually on deck. It's probably fine.
We're
little
doing
bit
a great
awkward.
job of
Wow.
Oh, ho, ho, ho,
Butts is
ho.
dead? Okay. Asura maybe gonna keep it. That's starting off a little bit slow there.
I'm not really able to put the ones together until just now, but
My god. This is such a good route, though. I hope that time he spent at the beginning doesn't cost him. Oh my god. Alright, he's kicked it into overdrive. He's moving like at 400 miles an hour now. Oh my god, what a route! He's insane. The man's insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ultra burying the ERs, but then uncovering. She had a plan. I just
Yep.
wasn't privy to it.
Managed
Top
to
secret.
RQ in there as well before the ER's even set in. Is that a thing
Again,
we've even seen? Okay, they do stagger.
What, ER and
Into
RU?
RU. Well, we didn't even see the RU go off because she literally ran out of
they'll
the
go off
coin
at
left.
the same time if you use one for the other pops. But if you use one, then the other. Oh. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. He does not want to pull up. He's just going to hang out. Asura playing out of the death zone now. Can she get down? She cannot.
That is that.
Alright,
I mean-
2-5. That's the game, folks.
Earnest effort there. That was wild. But
Oh my god.
for like the
Ugh.
7th time in a row, Butts BB is your reigning Money Puzzle Idol 14th edition champion. GG's to everyone.
Absolutely.
Specifically Ashura with just a bonkers run tonight. Anyway, it's time to do our pre-stream ending chills. Per usual. If you're a big fan of the uppy downy genre here, well, you know, take heart, because not only are we doing Magical Drop 3 next month, same time, second Wednesday of the month, 8:30 p.m. EDT, we are also have a little bit of extra uppy downy this month. On the 14th, this Saturday, we have the Absolute Plus Tournament number 8 over at twitch.tv / Color Thief. That is COLOUR_THIEF. That is a TGM2 Tetris the Grandmaster, the Absolute Plus tournament. Absolutely silly versus mode, absolutely fantastic. A lot of strong players, absolutely worth your time. That is going to be at 11 a.m. EDT. Following that, if you're catching that stream, they will be raiding directly back here onto twitch.tv / Puzzle Wednesday at 2 p.m. EDT for the Magidoro Masters Magical Drop 3 Leagues Grand Finale. We have a double elim bracket between the top 8 qualifiers of the Magical Drop 3 League for the past few months. Funny enough, your tournament winner here tonight, Butts BB, is one of the top 8 qualifiers, so, you know, this, if you've not played Magical Drop 3, you're at least, maybe have some idea of how nuts that's gonna get. So, check that out, 2 p.m. EDT this Saturday. It's gonna be basically the best showcase you could ask for Magical Drop 3. So, if there's any one thing you should catch this month, it's that. Returning to Puzzle Wednesday proper, the 18th, 8:30 p.m. EDT, we are back with Bobble 6th edition. We are doing Azumanga Daioh Puzzle Bobble. The chill, relaxed, slice of life anime has one of the most violent puzzle bobbles in existence. Like, haha, yes, I'll explain it this time. You know how in other puzzle bobble games there's a wall that separates your board from your opponent's? What if it didn't have that? Anyway,
Right.
yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Love to see it.
We are not doing a Nintendo game this month. We are taking the 21st off. But, you know, I'm going to throw my bias in. You should play Yoko. Excuse me. Play Yoshi's Cookie. It's fantastic. That's the Nintendo slot for this month. Me telling you to play Yoshi's Cookie on your own time. And on the 25th, for a mystery game this month, in honor of the game making its way to home consoles, 2 days later, on the 27th, via Pac-Man Museum Plus, we are running Pack Attack, the Sega Mega Drive version. This is probably one of my favorite puzzlers in the past 5 years, and I'll own my bias, and I'll push my bias because I am giving one random entrant a digital download of Pac-Man Museum Plus. So, even if you're on the fence, just give it a shot. You might get a $30 video game out of it just for humoring my weird rabbit hole obsession with Pack Attack. So, have fun with it. That is going to be Wednesday the 25th, 8:30 p.m. EDT. And that is going to do it for the May lineup. We will see you guys next time. Before we go, though, it's time to see if we have any puzzle friends to raid. So let's go check that out really quick. Channels I follow. It's not looking to be. Let me see one thing really quickly. Alright, yeah, it's not looking like we have anyone that can immediately raid, so I guess we will catch you guys this Saturday. Be sure to catch